Hello, today I am proud to present the rarest fountain pen in my collection, Flaro Titan, the only model with a 14 karat 585 gold nib ever produced in Romania. It is a well made fountain pen, but it is a copy, like they say in the watch industry, like a homage pen of the Montblanc Meisterstück 149 model from the 60s. This particular fountain pen was manufactured by a Romanian producer called Flaro Titan in the 1970s, and it is practically a product of the communist industry of that time. During the communist regime, it was a regular habit of large companies to send gifts to the party rulers and communist personalities. Different manufacturers of industrial goods spent months and great resources in developing top of the line products in limited numbers. There were luxury products that weren't available in the shops for the public consume. I believe that this fountain pen is a luxury product. It was produced in very small, limited number. I believe that no more than 1,000 pieces were made. If you want to buy this type of fountain pen today, you can find it on the market. The last one I saw was sold 3 years ago. They rarely surface, and it is really truly a collector's piece. So, being a copy of the Montblanc Meisterstück 149, you can imagine the size of this particular fountain pen, but as a reference, I will put it side by side with this Pelican M800, with this Montblanc 144, and with a Lamy 2000. I will show you. So you can see that this is a quite large fountain pen with a rich history since 1922 of producing office supplies and fountain pens. Flaro Sibiu, or Flamura Roșie, made good fountain pens for the internal market. There were considered school fountain pens, entry-level fountain pens, practically regular pens. These are a few models to show you what I mean. But as you can see, none of their fountain pens had the size or the design of this Montblanc copy. Indeed, you can see nowhere near. The quality control was a disaster, and materials were in no way, shape, or form the quality level needed to produce this beautiful Montblanc copy. Flaro made fountain pens only with steel and brass nibs, because I will show you one nib, typical nib from Flaro production. They produce the steel and brass nibs because they didn't have the machinery to make this type of nib, a fancy gold nib with engravings. And you can see also the body, the barrel of the fountain pen with the vertical ink windows, those were beyond the technical possibility of a Flaro Sibiu manufacturer. A theory is that this set of pens were produced outside Romania. The dictator Ceaușescu was very ambitious. I believe that he ordered that a luxury fountain pen must be built in Romania, and when the dictator orders something, it is done. Of course, it is difficult to explain to him that there were no industry, no capability or know-how to build such a refined product. So it was made the decision to special order parts for this pen, like the gold nib, specially engraved with, I hope you can see this, it's Flaro, then Osmiu, 14 karat Romania engraved, and a 585. So, as I said, I believe that this gold nib was especially engraved and imprinted. So, this special order included the specially built nib with these imprints, and the body of the pen with this vertical ink windows. It is rumored that this special order was contracted by Montblanc itself, but maybe they used some scraped pieces remained in stock after the end of production of their 1960s model of Meisterstück 149. But definitely the nib is a big custom nib, specially engraved. The imprint Romania on the nib means two things. The fountain pen was intended to be exported, or that the fountain pen was part of a special, limited, unique lot and in limited numbers with no commercial purpose. Indeed, there is also, I found on eBay on sale, a model of this pen, which is engraved on the barrel with the imprint Romania. I don't have a Montblanc 149. I will use a 134, but to highlight some characteristic on some similarities between those two pens. Of course, I will include photos of the original Montblanc from 1960s. At first view, we have the same dimensions, the same material, design, overall shape, and accessories. And there are lots of similarities with the Montblanc 149, starting with the piston system, the body with the vertical ink window, the screw cap, as you can see, it screws, the metallic gold elements, decorative elements, and the similar ebonite feed, you can see here. The only differences are the flattening at the top of the cap and at the end of the piston knob. This model had a capsule with the Flaro logo on the top of the cap. Unfortunately, my model doesn't have that logo of Flaro. Practically, they um, they uh, shave the top. There is no Montblanc logo on the top of the cap, and I believe they changed the torpedo shape by flattening the turning knob to be similar to the cap. Other differences, as you see, the Meisterstück line has 3 gold rings, and this has only 2 gold rings. Another difference, as you see, it's a difference between a gold metal and a gold-plated metal. The quality that Montblanc, the level of quality that all the Montblanc's Meisterstück are made. More hidden differences are, in general, the low quality materials and an internal difference. The piston turning mechanism is of inferior quality of that of the Montblanc Meisterstück 149 from the 60s. Speaking about the piston filling mechanism, I want to show you how it works. So we screw this turning knob, and you can see on the window the cork, and we pull the ink directly from the bottle. This is the mechanism is quite similar with the Montblanc mechanism, but indeed it's an inferior quality mechanism. There are 2 known versions of this fountain pen. I'm fortunate enough to have both of them. The first version, which has gold elements and the expensive gold nib, is the DeLuxe model, or the gold Flaro. The gold Flaro because of the gold nib and those gold metal elements. And the second one, which has silver metallic elements, is the Flaro Titan or Flaro Silver, for practically the common variant of this fountain pen. It's interesting because on the first variant, as you can see, on the gold ring on the cap, it says only Flaro. So Flaro. And for the first time, on the second most common model, we see Flaro, those asterisk points, and Titan, Flaro Titan. At first look, the variants of the models seem similar, but definitely there is a difference in quality. The Flaro Titan Silver being the inferior one. And let's start with the plastic material. You can see that there is a difference in the shade of black, which is more intense on the DeLuxe model. The metal elements are not gold in color. Of course, the nibs are different, but I want to start with the feed. You can see that this is the feed on the deluxe model, and this is the feed on the inferior one. You can see that the ebonite is quite rugged and not as well shaped as the superior model. The large nib of the inferior one is imprinted with Flaro Osmio 65 MB. It has a length of approximately 44 millimeters. It is a large nib. It is made from steel, but it's a low quality made because it's made from a very slim foil. But the most interesting fact about this nib is the 65 MB marking. MB stands for Mont Blanc. We may never know. In my opinion, this model was intended for the internal Romanian market and was made from scrapped or inferior quality pieces which remained in stock after the production of this luxury model. This is truly a mysterious fountain pen. Unfortunately, Flaro did not keep an archive, and many information out there about this unique fountain pen is purely speculative. Um, why did they produce this fountain pen with those higher costs? Who was the mysterious nib manufacturer from the west outside the Iron Curtain? We may never know, but if you have any type of information regarding this fountain pen, please leave a comment. As always, have a nice day and stay tuned for the writing sample with this mysterious and rare fountain pen. So first I will start writing sample with the deluxe model. So we have Flaro Deluxe with beautiful 14 karat 585 gold nib. I believe this is a medium nib. The ink I used, it's a Parker Quink. Stay tuned for the Flaro Titan or the Flaro Silver model writing sample. Thank you. This is the writing sample of the Flaro Titan. It has a steel nib. I believe the size F or M, I don't know. And the ink He's also a Parker Quink. Let's see some lines. I forgot to make the lines with the 14 karat nib, but in a short while I will do the lines with the gold nib to show you. So these are the lines with the gold nib. I must mention that the this is a the ink I've used. This is a blue ink, and this is a black ink from Parker. And thank you for watching this long review. Have a nice day, and please subscribe if you liked this unique review.